Мовив так, хай живе, живе вільна Україна, хай живуть вічно козаки. Hey guys, this is the Heavy
Metal
Citadel
Podcast.
And today is a special episode. We want to talk about what is going on in Ukraine. I think that Ukraine is the biggest hotbeds for really quality metal, especially black metal. And we just wanted to give a little bit of shout out to those bands, but also tell you, our listeners, how to best support the civilians that are undergoing some horrifying shit right now. So really, it's to support the bands, but it's also to support the people on the ground at the moment. So we'll have some music. We'll talk a little bit about what's going on and also what other bands are responding to the crisis at the moment.
Yeah, so I mean, it's what is it? We're recording this at March 12th. So right now, I think the Russians have encircled like Kharkiv, Sumy, Mariupol, marching towards Kiev. So it's
a lot of the east is
so it's, and the people that are feeling it the worst are obviously the civilians on the ground, which every fucking war does, is murders the innocent ones first. And that's why, for today's episode, we will be including some links and information in terms of donating, so you can help out the people that are going through all this fucking shit right now. And in the meantime, I mean, I doubt anyone in Ukraine is going to listen to this, but if you are, I guess it's, to remind you of some of the cracking music that is coming out of Ukraine. And once this whole shit blows over, and we can hopefully move back to normal state of life, we can get more of these fucking bands to do some really killer shows. And I think one of the biggest ones, I mean, that canceled their tour, at least here in London, was 1914. Yeah, so huge fans of 1914.
Absolutely, and they're a really big band. They've had a couple of releases, and they're really big now. So obviously they're touring all over Europe.
Yeah.
Of course, they decided to stay in Ukraine for obvious reasons. So I mean, my heart goes out to them. They are very active on social right now. You can check out their Instagram. They're posting about what's happening on the ground.
Yeah.
They're also posting a couple of links where you can help, etc. But we're gonna play a song from their latest album. Is it?
Yes, where Fear and Weapons meet. So there's a lot of stuff we're going to be playing throughout, but just to mention, it's not like we've actually been to the Ukraine back in 2019, so it's not like we haven't seen the people of Ukraine and what they're like. And to be fair, that was definitely one of the most adventurous trips we had.
Absolutely.
And
what a trip.
it was
so many eventful things.
So many eventful things. I think it was in March actually that we went, roughly around 2019. And we went it was a while ago, but it was still during the whole conflict in sort of eastern Ukraine was popping off, but it wasn't really hitting Kiev as much.
No.
Kyiv, I suppose.
Yeah, it was too much on the inside. It was a bit isolated from all of that, wasn't it? You didn't really feel it there.
Not there, no. I mean, I didn't really feel an ominous presence or anything, like everything was cracking up for war. But I mean, the people were really nice. We had a blast. We've done some really stupid crap too. We went to the toilet museum of all fucking things.
The €2 we didn't even have in our pocket.
Yeah, that was the dumbest thing. We went to we were having a lot of beers at the moment, and we were like, what's the closest thing we could do to just hang out for a bit? And it was a toilet museum.
Some of the local food as well.
Which, by the way, just to mention, when we went to the toilet museum, we didn't actually end up going inside because there was a field trip of students.
Yeah, but also we didn't have the €2, remember?
Yeah, we didn't have
the
€2.
That's
there was outrageous.
There's
no ATMs.
There's no ATMs.
There's no cash machines around.
But listen, we were outside the toilet museum,
and it looked amazing. But no, there was some really great moments. We went to that center. We saw a lot of their sort of, I guess, old Soviet era statues. We went to that massive outdoor museum.
The park. Giant park
that had that giant statue, which again, I'm pretty sure it's Soviet era. But it is massive. Just change it if you guys just change it after. Put a Ukrainian symbol on there, but it's amazing. And
we saw some local bands too, didn't we? We saw, we were wandering around. We stumbled into a bar, and they had a local Ukrainian band playing. It was more like singer-songwriter, kind of funky.
Yeah.
It was a woman named Olga, and there's another guy on the drums, but it was like, very basic drums. But she was killing it on her acoustic guitar.
So much enthusiasm too. Great stage presence. Yeah, 100%.
We were pretty blasted by that, and we were really enjoying it. I think we were sat on the ground.
Yeah, I was huddled. I was huddled, but that was great.
Yeah. I saw a Facebook post from her recently, and yeah, she's hunkered down in a bunker, and it was gutting to see that.
Yeah.
From her radiant presence on stage 3 years ago to now, really struggling to honestly just live a normal life.
And just surviving at this point.
It's really harsh. It's really tough to see something like that.
100%. I mean, that's why I think it's important, guys, if we can, donate. And again, we will include information on that. And I mean, even some of the bands like 1914.
Check out the description of the show there. So.
Yeah, I was going to say even the bands like 1914, they've got links on their Bandcamp, I believe, and their Facebook for sure, on how you can help sort of donate and support the people there.
Should we play one of their songs?
Yes. Why not, actually? You know what? Before we do go there in terms of 1914, I'm going to play a song that isn't a Ukrainian band, but they've been very, very supportive in terms of helping black metal within Ukraine and the Ukrainian people in general. Canon Fever, they just released a new song, Stop the War. They did a new artwork, which is why I also wanted to mention it. And it's got like this skull version of who you can only assume is Putin. Artwork, Putin slicing through the Ukraine, which is basically what he's fucking doing and just causing mayhem and horror. So we're going to play that one first. And then we're going to jump into your Ukrainian stuff like 1914 and go forward. So yeah, enjoy this song, guys. It's Canon Fever, Stop the War. And I'm pretty sure any proceeds from this as well is going to...
Go to Bandcamp because they have it live. So, we've already bought this song, and it's a really great song. So please make sure to go to Bandcamp for Canon Fever, get the song, and support in any way you can.
100%. All right, guys, enjoy. All right, that was a hell of a track.
Good song. And there's been an outpouring of support, obviously, from metal bands all over the world that are really standing together on this. And mainly, obviously, people are on the side of the Ukrainians. And I think bands in Finland, I saw an interview with Tommy from Amorphis. He's a guitarist there. And, he's saying this is madness. It's totally a madman's work. I feel bad for Ukraine. And of course, I feel bad for those Russians who don't support this. And he said, of course, as a Finnish person, we have a long border with Russia and we have a history Russia. So this makes me very worried, of course. So obviously there's a lot of other metal bands that their heart, goes out to those that are affected. And as well as Campfire, they're doing a shirt as well for Ukraine, and all proceeds of that do go to support. In addition, Behemoth, I don't know if you saw this, they did a special web store.
Yeah, where all the merchandise they were selling is going to go towards the Ukrainian
really
effort.
Nice rare stuff, and I was I had my credit card out ready to go, but it's sold out within an hour.
Oh yeah, I know.
They
as most Behemoth stuff does. I mean,
exactly. They sold so much stuff, which is really great. It really shows all of the support of the people out there. And it's not only the Ukrainian bands, and it's not my thing. Well, maybe it is my thing lately. There's a band called Slaughter to Prevail. In Russia.
Oh yeah, they were very vocal recently.
Very, very vocal. More deathcore, but honestly, at this moment, really subgenres doesn't really matter.
It doesn't matter. It's about supporting the people.
Exactly. But they're a Russian band, and they really stood up and made their stance known. How they're really against this whole thing.
Yeah, I mean, there's been a lot of bands, and it just takes a single scroll through Instagram to see everyone who's supporting it. And just on that point, there's a lot of Russian bands, Russian people who are against this as well. I mean, people are getting arrested in the hundreds and thousands in terms of Russia and Moscow.
Just for being at these protests.
Yeah, exactly. They're
getting stopped in the streets, checking your phone, seeing if you made any comments about anything.
But that's the whole thing. That's what we have to do. As generally in any war, because all war is fucking hell. Is you have to go to the streets, you have to march, and you have to say fuck that shit. We're not gonna support this. So without further ado, let's play some
kind of another song from a Ukrainian band, eh?
Hell yeah. Which one got? Should we play 1914?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, so this one is from the latest album from 1914, Where Fear and Weapons Meet. And this one is called FN .380 ACP 19074. I know that sounds like a mouthful.
You pronounced it perfectly.
But that's actually the pistol that Gavrilo Princip used when he killed Archduke, and it's all about essentially slaughtering imperialist hordes who are not welcome on your land, which I think is more than appropriate for this one.
Yeah.
So enjoy, guys. Wow. Hell of a song.
Absolutely. And obviously there's a lot of great bands in the Ukraine. One of the most popular, of course, being Drutsk. They base a lot of their albums on, Ukrainian, history, Ukrainian figures. So in 2005, they released this album called The Swan Road on the work of Taras Shevchenko, a Ukrainian poet and national hero who was persecuted and exiled for his work and subsequently died in 1861. This is absolutely one of my favorite black metal bands from the Ukraine. So I just want to play a song off one of their more underappreciated records, Microcosmos. This one's called Distant Cry of Cranes.
Yes. Wicked song, man. Yeah, we'll just keep rolling with the hits, man. I'm just gonna basically put it on the music at this point and not talk too much. The next one we've got up is a band called Bezmir. They are also from, obviously, Ukraine. Dnipro, I believe, is the city that they're from, and it's a little bit closer to sort of the east. So, I mean, hopefully they're all right and manage to either get away or escape before all this shit pops off. But they play a little bit slightly more different black metal, so mostly about dark space, cosmic voids. We're gonna play a song from them called Arrival. So have a listen, guys. Sounds good. And if you haven't listened to them before, please do now subscribe to them, and we'll go from there. All right, guys. On to the next one. Before actually we start the next song, I do want to give a quick shout out to one of the artists that we have following us as well on Instagram, Gordy Art, who is in Odessa, I believe, and he makes some absolutely fantastic artwork. Very up my street, very black metal atmospheric. So if you guys are looking for some artwork for your next album, definitely head over to Instagram and have a look. So it's _Gordy Art _ and we will include all the information, obviously, in the description. But definitely help all kinds of artists. Let's not only focus, obviously, on black metal artists, but anyone we can, because times are definitely tough now for people over there. All right, guys. I think we're going to put a cap on this episode.
Wow.
Yeah, we're going to put a cap on it.
Okay.
It's capped. We, like I said, right now we're not monetizing anything. So if you guys did want to donate, again, we're going to include all the information in the description. So please give to those
several charities
and not to us.
Yes.
If you guys do have any other Ukrainian bands that you really want us to talk about, we can definitely mention them in the upcoming episodes.
Yes.
And
don't forget there's other ways to support.
100%.
Right? I mean, support Kanonenfieber by buying that new song. Support different bands that are selling the merch, that are actually providing all of the income towards Ukrainian people. There's many ways to support. So whatever you can, anything, it all helps.
100%. Thanks, guys, for listening, and our hearts go out to the people in Ukraine. Hopefully, the shit can end soon, and there's stop of the bloodshed and invasions that are ongoing, and not just even in Ukraine, but everywhere else.
Yes.
I had to mention that because it's not just
everywhere in the
world where there's imperialist hordes who are taking over and invading, whether that's in Syria or Latin America. They can all go fuck themselves, and we'll be there to support them. So, all right, guys, we're gonna end it with the same song we had in the intro. Which is brilliant because it's a Ukrainian freedom song. So, I guess in the immortal words of some famous people.
Well, you might want to play a different one.
I'm going to play the same one because I fucking love it.
Play the same exact one. Okay,
exactly.
Cool.
Outro, all right. Intro is the same.
Sure.
Yeah.
Let's go for it.
Lovely. So, Ukrainian warship, go fuck yourself.
Хай цвіте червона калина, нехай здійнуть